Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Liam's fatal fall. Scott Clifton out at B&B. Bold and the Beautiful sees Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, facing a medical crisis after collapsing on the most recent episode. Things look dire. We have to wonder if Liam is going to die and if Scott Clifton is leaving. So after an epic fight with his father, Dollar Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, we saw Liam's vision go blurry. He seemed to be struggling to stay upright, and then he just keeled over and cracked his noggin on the coffee table, and he was down for the count. Bill Spencer was furious that Liam questioned him about unleashing lunatic Luna Nozoa, Lisa Yamada, on the general public. And Bill insisted, "She's perfectly sane and safe. No one's in danger." And then he laid into Liam for a whole bunch of reasons, including being a waffle boy, which of course is ironic given Bill's own waffle boy ways with the Logan sisters. Then Bill told Liam to be gone when he got back. And I bet Bill's going to feel pretty bad when he finds out Liam was conked out and in possible peril while Bill was at his business meeting. It looked to me like Liam had a stroke or an aneurysm. Something I recently did a video that confirmed that Bold and the Beautiful did have an upcoming medical emergency that required a 911 operator, paramedics, nurses, and a doctor. And this is it, it's Liam. I do have to say, I don't think him being the one in the medical crisis was on anybody's bingo card. But that's what they're doing, and the storyline looks exciting. So, let's dig into what's next after this shocking turn of events, and what it means for the fate of Scott Clifton on B&B. Is he out? Is he going to be on the back burner? Or is this the start of something big? I know that Soap social media was on fire about his performance as Liam during this big fight with Bill. You got to love Scott Clifton's acting. He is a powerhouse. So, just before we dig into what's coming, you may recall Liam has a history of head trauma. He's had at least 5 head injuries that were really concussive over the years. There were a couple of incidents related to Amber Moore Forrester, Adrienne France, and her mom. And then in 2016, Liam cracked his noggin on a flight with Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, to Australia and concussed himself again. Then, when he was back to LA, he passed out in the parking lot of Forrester Creations. And Quinn Fuller, Rena Sofer, stole him away. Liam had amnesia because of the head trauma and thought he was in love with his brother's mother. Very awkward, but a lot of fun. So, the most recent concussion happened the night that Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, shot Bill. For a minute there, Liam thought he'd shot his dad because he hit his head on a tree branch, blacked out, lost time, thought he'd shot Bill over the whole one-night stand with Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood incident. So, the bottom line, Liam's brain has been through a lot. And the event this week with his vision blurring and him fainting may relate to some of these past head traumas combined with the stress of Bill's verbal attack. So, let's talk about what's next. Just first off, number one, we got to ask, is Liam going to die? There's been a ton of headlines saying Scott Clifton's leaving blah blah. And if Bold and the Beautiful did kill off Liam, obviously Bill would hate himself. But I want to quickly dispel this. Despite how dire it looks, we've got photo proof we're going to show you towards the end of the video that he survives. So somebody calls 911, they hustle Liam to the hospital. And given that Steffi is at Bill's place on Friday, it looks like she may be the one to get him medical assistance. So yeah, he is going to live. So with Liam's death off the table, knowing that Scott Clifton isn't leaving, the number 2 thing to consider is that Liam may wind up in a coma. That's pretty standard soap stuff. So Scott Clifton's character could wind up comatose. But if so, it's not going to be for too long. And that relates to the photo I'm going to show you at the end of the video from behind the scenes. Also, in a 2025 year ahead spoiler that was issued in January, showrunner Brad Bell said Liam is getting a front burner storyline that's totally new for the character. And it sounds like this medical crisis is the start of that big story. The number 3 option to consider is Liam may have amnesia again, given that he once thought he and Quinn were Adam and Eve and madly in love. And Liam boinked his brother's mother. Yeah, amnesia is a possibility. He might think he's still married to Steffi or to Hope Logan, Anik and Noel, which of course would be a little awkward. So he may have some sort of memory loss, partial or total, temporary or permanent. Any of that could be on the menu. The number 4 outcome to consider is Liam has a serious and ongoing medical condition that takes center stage. Over the years, again, Bill's son has suffered several traumatic brain injuries, so there are some medical issues that could come out of that backstory. Liam could have post-concussion syndrome or any of the other chronic conditions. And there's many that are caused by repeat TBI, traumatic brain injuries. And all of these are serious brain maladies. That type of injury can also actually cause heart issues like pericarditis, which would explain the blurry vision and the fainting in this recent episode. We know that Dr. Grace Buckingham Cassandra Creech is seeing Liam on Friday, and she is a cardiologist. Of course, Grace might be treating Liam because she just happens to be on duty in the ER. They kind of slip and slide with Dr. Judy's on bold, or Dr. Grace might see him in her capacity as a heart specialist because something else is going on with Liam. And by the way, Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jonas, is coming back soon as well, another doctor. So the final option to consider, number 5 on my list, is that this medical problem causes a complete and total reset of Liam's character. Maybe he needs brain surgery like they did with Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, several years back. And remember, that was a big reset for him. Let's be real. Lots of viewers dislike Liam. And actor Scott Clifton has said more than once he does not think Liam is a good husband or a good boyfriend. And he does not like the way the guy behaves, especially towards women. So this whole incident could change everything. Already this week, Steffi gushed to her dad Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., about what a great guy that Liam is, a wonderful dad, somebody she'll always care about. And now, when Steffi sees Liam in crisis, obviously she's going to be there for him. Steffi being close to Liam might be a perfect excuse for Finn, Tanner Novlin, to slide out and wander over to see Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, and Luna. So this new Liam plot could be the way that Brad Bell is planning to bring Steffi and Liam back together, and Bell may be turning the waffle boy into a completely different person, a better version, a Liam 2.0. So for this confirmation about Liam's fate and him definitely surviving this, I have got a couple of behind-the-scene photos that prove that he survives and he is breaking bread with his dad Bill soon. And that makes me think that something big shifts with Liam for he and his father to be on good enough terms to eat together after that nasty fight they just had. Heather Tom directed an episode that had Bill and Liam together the same day that she directed the episode that aired on March 27th.